Hello, welcome back with Anime Utaku here, and today's another top 10 facts video. Today's a personal one. It's about ADHD, which I am a sufferer of ADHD. I was diagnosed as a child in elementary school. A lot of people think it's not a real disorder. A lot of people think you can grow out of it. A lot of people think it's just an excuse, but it's real and it does affect your day-to-day life. So today, to educate and to get spread the word a little bit about ADHD, I'm going to be doing a top 10 facts about ADHD. And number 10, ADHD may be common, but it is also non-discriminating, which means it don't matter what your race is, your age, your IQ, your gender, your religion, your social economic background, you can be affected by it. And number 9, diagnosing ADHD is a complex process. For a doctor to even consider diagnosing you or even consider testing you for it, you have to exhibit a large amount of symptoms. You have to have problems with day-to-day life in several major areas, such as your friends, school, work, so on and so forth. You have to have these symptoms for a minimum of 6 months. And there's no single way of diagnosing it. They do multiple tests, multiple different kinds of tests, but the one they rely on the most important being information about the person's behavior and environment. And number 8, there are a lot of mental problems that can coexist with ADHD. Up to 30% of kids and 25 to 40% of adults with ADHD have coexisting anxiety disorders. Experts also claim that up to 70% of people with ADHD will also be treated with depression sometime within their life. And those with ADHD are 2 to 3 times more likely to have a sleeping disorder than those who don't have ADHD. At 7, ADHD is nobody's fault. People want to blame everything for ADHD, but it's not caused by moral failures. It's not caused by poor parenting. It's not caused by poor schooling and teaching, or too much TV, or allergies, or excess sugar. It's not caused by any of that. Research has shown ADHD is, 1, highly genetic. If you have it, a parent has it, or a cousin, or an uncle, or sibling. It is very genetic, and it is also a brain-based disorder. A chemical imbalance in your brain is what causes this. A gene or lack of gene, which causes most genetic disorders within DNA, which is what makes it genetic. But it's also very brain related. Chemical imbalance in your brain. Your frontal lobe isn't the same size as those without ADHD, which is what causes the impulsive and out of control emotions. And number 6, many children who can benefit from medication don't take it at all. And I'm not talking about kids like me who have tried medication and it didn't work, so we didn't continue. I'm talking about a lot of kids that are grade school level, or school aged, so grade school to high school. Most of the ADHD medication is a stimuli medication, and is the most effective treatment for those of school age. Yet, almost half of those kids have never even tried medication. Their parents have never even tried medicating them. But they could possibly, it could possibly help them. They could benefit from it, but they've never tried it, which is sad because every child diagnosed with ADHD should have the chance to try the medication. But at number 5, medication also isn't the only answer. If medication doesn't help your child, adding behavioral strategies along with the drug therapy is helpful for kids of all ages, even adults. Parents learn specific ways to praise and reward their child for good behavior. And even if they are medicated, doing behavioral strategies will help with kids with ADHD because it will help with their key life skills such as organization and time management, which is affected greatly with ADHD. At number 4, not all ADHD sufferers are hyperactive. This is a major misconception. I know I said that word wrong, whatever. Go ahead and yell at me in the comments for that, but whatever. Not all sufferers are hyperactive. We tend to think being hyperactive and impulsive means they got ADHD. No, you can be hyperactive and impulsive without ADHD, and you can have ADHD without have ADHD without being hyperactive or impulsive. Yes, it is in a list of symptoms, but that doesn't mean you have to be ADHD. And number 3, you can be diagnosed as early as the age of 3, but preschool age naturally have short attention spans. So most doctors will hesitate to diagnose you or your child at that young of an age. Because normally at age 6, which is the normal age where they will think about diagnosing, at age 6 you're expected to sit still and pay attention. And if you have trouble with those aspects is when they decide, well, if they're supposed to do this, but they're not doing this, we should see why they're not doing this. But it also doesn't just appear at 6, though, either. Whenever you're diagnosed, whether it's 6, 13, 18, 40, it's a chronic disorder. It doesn't just appear. It's been there your whole life. You've always had it. It didn't just appear. But if you want early signs include, not limited to, but include aggressiveness, trouble focusing on activities like bedtime stories, uncontrollable behavior such as bolting across the street. And by the time that they have been diagnosed, they most likely have had a large history of misbehaving, and by that time they also have low self-esteem because it can affect your self-esteem. Number 2, ADHD is more than just hyperactivity and attention problems, and a lot of people don't understand this. Just because you have hyperactivity and attention doesn't mean it's the only problems it has. And that's why people are always saying, oh, it's just an excuse for your kid to misbehave. It's just an excuse for you to misbehave and act out. The truth is, no. It's not. There is more to it. It is also a complex disorder. It involves impairment of focus, organization problems, motivation problems, emotional control, memory, and other functions of the brain that involve the management system, causing all kinds of problems with you managing a lot of different things, from as simple as your emotions and memory to flipping out on somebody just because they said they didn't like your shirt. And at our number one fact, there are multiple types of ADHD. There are actually 3 types of ADHD. You got attentive. Attentive is typically referred to as ADD. This means the person shows symptoms of attentiveness, but doesn't show signs of hyperactivity or impulsiveness. There's hyperactivity impulsive. which pretty much means what it is. Your kid is showing signs of hyperactivity and impulsiveness, but not attentiveness. And then there's the combined, which is what I have, which means you're showing all signs of attentiveness, hyperactivity, and impulsiveness. See, with these 3 different strands, people don't understand that with ADD, you can have ADHD without being hyperactive or impulsive. Attentive and hyperactivity. You can be ADHD without having a learning disorder. And then combined, where you have everything and you're all kinds of mixed up. So, let me know if there's anything new you learned, and if you want to learn more about it, because this is a subject I know quite a lot on, and I could do multiple different top 10s about it, multiple different fact videos. So leave a comment down below if you want to learn more about ADHD. Don't forget to hit that like button. If you're new here, subscribe to see more videos like this. And also don't forget to hit that bell button. That way you get all my new videos as soon as they're posted. And I'll see you all in the next video. Bye-bye.